everyone, this is my Christmas get ready with me. So I'm going to be showing you the hair, makeup, and outfit that I'm going to be wearing on Christmas Day. I'm starting the look off with a full coverage foundation and applying that all over my face. Okay, so now that I have an even layer of foundation on, I'm going to go in with this Neutrogena concealer and I'm going to put this on any of the blemishes I have poking through just to add another layer of coverage to those spots. The thing about filming and doing this is everything looks so much better on camera than it does in person. For whatever reason, I'm looking a little bit like healthier and more pink on screen. So like right here you can see. Also I am looking in the viewfinder, but anything that has a lot of color or pigment, I'm gonna blot that on very generously. I'm gonna leave this like little mark on my neck uncovered because whenever I'm dressed and have my hair done, it'll be completely covered and this little bad boy needs to heal. So I figure it's best to not put makeup on it. I'm gonna let this sit and we're gonna move on to the eyes. My eyelids tend to get very greasy, so I really want to pack powder onto them so that the eyeshadow that I do end up putting on doesn't completely dissipate off the lid in the middle of the day. What I really like doing right now is taking my powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I like packing the powder onto my eyes with the sponge that it comes with. So I feel like it does a really good job of letting everything sit in. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and generously apply that to the eyelid first. And I'm really gonna pack the powder on my lid so we don't worry about anything getting messed up. So now that that's on, I'm gonna take the sponge and pack the powder on the lid. That's now packed on and we're gonna move back over to our blemishes and we're gonna pat that into the skin. Okay, so now that that is evenly blended and I look like a sickly Victorian boy, we're gonna take some setting spray and we're gonna go ahead and set the foundation and the concealer so that it lasts longer and doesn't end up looking too cakey on our face. So this is just the e.l.f. one. I don't really have much to say about this product. It's not, I don't know, it's not bad, but it's not anything to go on about. I do like the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our setting spray and we're gonna spray after every layer to really pack and set everything into place. Now I'm gonna take the same face powder that I was using to set the eyes and the same little sponge that it comes with, and I'm gonna pack this onto any area that will crease or will have oil blot through and just set it all into place. And this particular setting powder does a good job of further covering any sort of blemish or imperfection. I'm using Classic Ivory 120, and then we're gonna spray that into place again. And while that dries, we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So to start off, I'm taking my Dior, I think this is, yeah, Dior Backstage Eye Palette in 9. And I'm gonna be grabbing this neutral shade up at the very top. It is just the primer shade, that's literally what it's called. And taking that same fluffy brush from earlier, we're gonna generously apply that to the lid. And I'm not very picky when it comes to makeup brushes, and I don't really use that many. The makeup brushes that I do use are the IT Cosmetics. I really love those. And I love their little starter brush set. I think that's a great gift for someone that needs new makeup brushes because truthfully the quality is it's really good and it'll last a while. And then they won't need any more brushes once they have that starter set too. And now to make the eyes kind of pop and stand out a little bit more, I'm gonna take my butter bronzer and pop this onto the lid as well. And because my eyes are so small and hooded, I do take this a bit further up than most people do because I have such limited lid space. And whenever I apply mascara on, it'll cover up a lot of the product I've placed there anyways. So anything I can do to really push it up and add a little bit more. And I found with one eye, I always kind of forget to bring it to the inner corner, and it's typically this right eye that I forget to bring the product in. And because this is just the bronzer in our like neutral color, I'm applying this pretty sloppily, if I'm being honest. And I don't want to do too much with the eyes, just because there's going to be a lot of details and patterns and colors going on with the Christmas pajamas and then with the red lip. So I don't want there to be so much going on that everything's just overpowering. I want it to be a little complimentary, so I'm gonna keep this pretty simple and minimal on the eyes for the most part, which is typically how I do my makeup anyways. All right, now I'm gonna be taking my Makeup by Mario Metallics palette. I'm gonna go in with this bronzy color right here, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. I'm gonna be taking this top gold shade right here, and I'm gonna be applying that all over the lid as well. This is probably like my most used and favorite shade in the entire palette. And then to add even more sparkle to the look, I'm gonna take the shimmery color in the Dior Backstage palette, and I'm gonna apply that onto my lid too. Just really make everything pop. I'm gonna leave the eyes alone like this for now, and now I'm gonna go in with bronzer and add some warmth back into my face so that I don't look completely dead this holiday season. So just taking butter bronzer, this It Cosmetics bronzer brush, and lightly put some warmth back into my skin. This honestly is probably my favorite makeup step because I feel like it makes such a difference in my appearance. And I'm not a contour girly by any means though. I really just kind of throw everything on my face. And honestly, I find whenever I put too much makeup on, it really overpowers my face anyways. And I feel like I just look bad. So I kind of go for like the less is more or more natural route when it comes to makeup. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Maybe to some people this is way too much. I don't know. And then my piece of advice too is to be careful whenever you're putting bronzer on the skin that you're not hitting any of the breakouts that we covered earlier, because as you can see, I kind of just like rubbed all of that product off. Maybe we will put concealer back on over it and cover it because I feel like it looks bad. You know what? We're gonna put on blush. We're going to try and recover those little bad boys that want to poke through, and we'll carry on. So blush, I have been obsessed with the Benetint. Think of this as just the rosy color, and I've been obsessed with this as my lip stain and my cheek stain. Highly recommend it. I feel like if you're really into minimal or maximum style of makeup, I feel like this product is something that both parties can really use and enjoy. And then you want to move quickly when blending this because it is a stain, so if it's not where you want it to be and it dries that way, you're gonna end up looking a little blotchy. And I like to kind of sweep it across my nose too. And then, like, it's so cute. Like, I love the color and I love how like naturally flushed it makes the skin look. Like it's just so good. Okay, so now that we have a few of our blemishes kind of peeking out again, here we're gonna lightly, like I have one that's poking out right here from where the bronzer is, so I want to cover that one back up, and I'm just lightly dotting where they are because I want it to blend. So I'm gonna let this sit again, kind of like dry, get a little bit like tacky, and I'll lightly pat so I'm not taking too much product away. Okay, that's a lot better. And now that I have the base and all of the little details of my face the way that I want it, I'm gonna go in and spray more of the setting spray. And I'm doing it very generously. And recently I've started curling my eyelashes, so I think this is just like an old Revlon eyelash curler. I'm gonna try and do this on camera. Now I'm gonna take the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara. This is in black brown. I like it because it's not too dark, and I like the brush and how I'm able to really get in there. Overall, I just think the formula is good. Like, it's not too wet. I like that it's not too wet of a formula, and it doesn't make my eyelashes look like soaked and clumped together. I don't like that. I went ahead and put mascara on my other eye off camera, and now I'm going to go in with the Makeup Forever lip liner in 1C and line my lips. I'm really bad at sharpening this, so not the best looking thing right now. Hold on. I have a mirror in hand and I'm gonna try and do it. this way so you can see what's going on, but I don't trust myself to do it on camera that way. Okay, and now I'm gonna slightly like color in the middle so it's somewhat even. It doesn't have to be like super precise on the inner portion because we are gonna do a red lip. This is just to help define the lip. Now we're gonna go in with the Benetint. We're gonna apply this all over. And this part of the lip combination alone will last you all day. So if you want to leave it a little more subtle, you could totally just leave it with this, but I really want to enhance it and make it a little bit more red and festive. So I'm gonna take my Maybelline lipstick in the shade 895 on Fire Red. I feel like with red lips especially, you have to be so careful because if you do it wrong, you just end up looking a little too clowny. So gonna bring the bullet up a little bit more and just really begin to get in there. Oh yeah, this is the move for sure. It looks so much better. See, I always get nervous like towards the inner portions because it gets so much thinner, and that's really where things can go awry very quickly. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. And this is the completed makeup portion. So now let's go ahead and get dressed and then move on to hair. For my hair, I thought it'd be really fun to put a bow on this year. I feel like it really does a good job of tying in the theme of Christmas and presents and everything. Plus it's just like a fun, easy way to do. So I'm gonna start by doing a little poof on the top of my head and securing that with a clear elastic. And whenever I'm tightening it, I kind of push the poof a little bit forward so it has a little bit of volume and lift to it. Now I'm taking my scarf and tying it around the clear elastic. You want something that has like a little bit of grip to it, so something that isn't a full silk or satin, so that it doesn't just slip out of the hair really easily. And to tie it, I'm just taking 2 loops and wrapping them around one another. It's the really easy, simple tying your shoe method that you learned as a kid. And then I'm just pulling and adjusting on the bow to get it to sit the way that I want. And then I'm accessorizing the look with these old Bobble Bar star earrings. And this is all I've done. So this is the completed look.